Hey everybody, it's Chase with AV Pop Culture again. Happy 4th of July. We are celebrating our Independence Day. A day where we cried out in one voice, we will watch movies all day today. And in the spirit of that, I have a recommendations list. These are movies that I go to pretty much every 4th of July weekend, and there's a couple of them that are an absolute tradition, and we'll talk about that more. Get your hot dogs, apple pie, and fireworks ready. Raise that flag. We got some movies to talk about. Pop that tape in. I got you. Let's go do this. All right, so 4th of July movies, and I will kind of explain why each one is on this list. So you got to get to watching because I'm releasing this one a little earlier in the day so that you can get these. You can watch them throughout the weekend because you won't get through them all in one day unless you're like me and you plan to park your butt on a sofa somewhere, watch movies, and just enjoy the day. I'm an old history professor, all that kind of stuff. I love history. I love this country. I love celebrating America. Hell yeah. And these movies say all that and then some to me. And the first one up is maybe a surprise a little bit, but let me explain. It's Rocky 4. Now, a lot of people, some people might say, yeah, that makes sense. And then other people might say, wait, that's kind of like Christmas because they fight on Christmas. It's snowy, all this kind of stuff. But I mean, come on. It's East versus West. They got the whole American flag versus the Soviet Union flag, boxing glove coming in and punching each other. You've got, it's basically America versus the Soviet Union during the height of the Cold War. And you have the heartless Russian machine coming in with Drago. And he's going to come in and kill a great American, Apollo Creed, and he's going to come into living in America. It's like a whole celebration of America, all that stuff, and then he gets killed, and it's up to Rocky to restore the power of America and get revenge for Apollo Creed. He wraps himself in the American flag at the end. He gives the speech where everybody's changing. If I can change and you can change, then everybody can change, all that kind of stuff. The music in this is 100% America, hell yeah. The imagery, it's like a big music video. I love this movie. It is definitely America all the way. 4th of July weekend for sure. All right, next up on the list is one that it's a summer vibes movie, but for some reason, this particular one, and I just picked this. I've got this in several different ways, but I wanted to show off this steelbook. It's Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Now, if you follow me, I associate Friday the 13th movies with summertime. I just tend to watch them all a lot during the summer, way more than I do during spooky season. Friday the 13th, Part 4, battles it out with the remake for me for the best of all time. This one has everything that you ever want from a Friday the 13th movie. If you're looking for something to encapsulate them all, but also give you that kind of like summertime vibes because there's a lot of swimming, skinny dipping. There's also something just like very summertime to me about the Corey Feldman character where all he's got to do for his summer is watch TV, watch horror movies, make his monster masks and stuff like that without a care in the world. And I associate that back to this. And then the older kids, the 20-somethings partying over the summer and having a good time. I identify with both. And then the summer camp, kind of Camp Crystal Lake setting. It's all there. Summertime horror. This is a go-to for this weekend. Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Next up is one I have on my DVD. I only have this on DVD. I'm still waiting on my 4K. And I have those in cases, so I'm just pulling out the artwork. And you got to have a little bit of raunchy comedy, fun times in your summer. And I got to have American Pie, too. This one, very summer vibes. It takes place over the summer after their first year back from college. They're at a beach the whole time. Now it's a Great Lake, but they're still at the beach. You get all those kind of beachy vibes, all that kind of stuff that I associate with summer and the 4th of July. We used to go to Daytona a lot on the 4th of July or right there at it. So I associate it with it. It's a good time. It's about living it up during the summer, all those kind of feels. So American Pie 2, definitely one to go to lighten it up this weekend. Now, next up on the list is one that's more like a family movie. It has those real historic, like kind of Indiana Jones, but it's all American, like history focused, is National Treasure, but specifically Part 2. Because Part 2 deals with our founding fathers. You're staying in America for most all of it. Not all of it, but most all of it. And like I said, it deals with our American history and the history of the founding fathers and all that kind of stuff. And you get these cool flashbacks and all this stuff. A good family kind of Indiana Jones, but with American history flavor to it. And you could go double feature with the first one too. But this strikes me as perfect for this weekend. So National Treasure 2, Book of Secrets, has to come in on this list. Now, next up on the list is an absolute classic that a lot of people probably think about for this weekend, and I am no different. This is a romp through the history of America from a certain point in time to more recently, and that is Forrest Gump. This has it all. I mean, you basically experience, like the last, well, at the time, the last 50 years or whatever, 40 years of history through the eyes of Forrest Gump. And he's in all of these historical situations that they interject him into. So you kind of re-experience all these things, from Elvis to Vietnam to the founding of Apple Computer, like all this kind of stuff through his eyes, with a killer soundtrack that grabs you into it. The acting performances, of course, legendary in this. But I think this is one that a lot of people probably think of. I definitely do too. Forrest Gump has to be on any 4th of July weekend watch list. Next up is another one that's a no-brainer. Like, this one should be on everyone's list, and that is The Patriot. I mean, come on. First of all, it's Mel Gibson and Heath Ledger, two just fantastic actors. And this turns our American history into a spectacle. And I absolutely love it. And while maybe not completely historically accurate, it's dramatic, but we really did win this a lot through militia and outmaneuvering the British. And the way that happened at the end, the French came in and helped, and we kind of backed the British into a corner there and surrounded them. Some of it is right, but man, is this an absolutely epic movie with an absolutely evil villain that you want to see punished. This movie is just excellent. It is beautiful in 4K. It's a made for 4K movie. This is America. I mean, I absolutely love this. And a lot of people say, oh, well, Mel Gibson's Australian. He came to America. Actually, no. He was born in New York. He didn't move to Australia until he was I think he was, 12? Something like that. He was a little bit older. So, The Patriot. Just absolute friggin' love this movie. Now, we had to have a little more horror in here. And this is one that I watch every single 4th of July weekend. Absolutely. No question. It takes place right now. We're talking Return of the Living Dead. This is my favorite zombie movie. I don't need a lot of an excuse to watch this, but it takes place, basically 4th of July weekend. It puts the date up there on the screen. You got the Tar Man in here. I've talked about this movie so many times. Linnea Quigley is trash. She's dancing naked. You've got these kids partying. You've got all of those kind of things that you might do on a, if you're a 20-something, a college kid, around 4th of July weekend. And then all hell breaks loose when the the tar man comes out, and you've got all of the trioxin in the air, and it turns people to zombie, or brings people back from the dead. Zombies are eating brains. This movie gave us the trope of zombies eating brains. Some of the best, coolest practical effects ever with the tar man. And this is a horror comedy. It's a comedy, so it's a good time. It's not too heavy, though there is creepy. It scared shit out of me a little bit when I was a kid. But this movie is so much fun. It takes place right now, so that kind of puts you in that mood. Return of the Living Dead, a must watch. I will watch it this weekend. I absolutely promise you it will go on my TV. Return of the Living Dead has to be on this list. And I think we have 1, 2, 3. So the top 3 are coming up next. And I mean, I really didn't rank these, although the top 2 are the top 2. Next up on the list is maybe my favorite John Candy movie, set to a Jimmy Buffett soundtrack. It doesn't get more summer, it doesn't get more 4th of July. They are going on vacation to the beach on the 4th of July in summer rental. And I got this Kino Blu-ray, which is the best way you can watch this movie now. I pray for the day we get this on a beautiful, restored, high dynamic range, good color grade, color correction, 4K. And John Candy is an air traffic controller working in Atlanta Airport, which at the time was Hartsfield Airport. Now it's Hartsfield-Jackson Airport. The busiest airport in the world is Atlanta. And he just basically gets burned out. He's landing planes and he's burned out. So he's forced to take a vacation. They drive from Atlanta. They got a whole U-Haul. They're going to go spend like a month, I believe, at the beach. And they're going to, have big 4th of July. And things don't go quite as planned. There's a lot of hijinks that happens. He ends up having to fight for their right to party and stay through the 4th of July weekend because Richard Crenna, who owns their house now that they're renting, hates him. And so they are going to go into a regatta and sail against him and have a competition. Like I said, you've got the whole Jimmy Buffett soundtrack. The movie was actually filmed in Florida at the beach and Atlanta. So when they're driving through Atlanta, the house in Atlanta is here. Because I'm in Georgia, they drive down. That's a path I've driven many times. So growing up and going to Daytona Beach, I really identified with this movie. And then I'm a massive Jimmy Buffett fan. I mean, my wedding, not reception, what's it called? The dinner that you have the night before, the rehearsal dinner, was at Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville at Universal Studios. So all of this like combines, and it takes place in the summer and the 4th of July. It's a blast. The whole family can watch this. It's fun. They could have pushed this movie a little bit. If there was an unedited version of this, there might be a version of this that could go R-rated. But absolutely could not love this movie more. It's a Paramount release, which I really wish Vinegar Syndrome had gotten it because they do a lot with Paramount and done a better restoration. But the movie overall is just an absolute blast. Pop it on. It's fun. You're in and out of it in 87 minutes from 1985. Jimmy Buffett soundtrack, Daytona Beach, basically in the mid-80s, beach culture, all that kind of stuff. Jimmy Buffett soundtrack, 4th of July, sailboat racing. What more do you want? America, hell yeah. Summer rock on, summer rental comes in on this list. Technically at number 3 if I was ranking them. And at number 2, so the top 2 movies, I may have told this story before. They will go on my TV every 4th of July weekend as long as I'm alive. Because the last year my grandmother was alive, and she wasn't very old when she passed. She had an asthma attack with no one around. And the last year she was with us, she came and spent the weekend at my house, 4th of July weekend. And we watched the top 2 movies on this list back to back. And then we watched a sequel to one of them. But one of those movies, and in her honor, and I'll always remember that, just chilling with her watching the movies every 4th of July weekend. And in her honor, we're going to watch Independence Day. Because today is the day that we stood up and shouted in one voice. That speech, man. Bill Pullman's speech in this, that we will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. Man, every time I hear that, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm ready to run through a wall. That's like his best like halftime speech I've ever gotten playing football. I love this movie. It, like, for all of its camp value or anything else that it might have, whether you don't think it holds up or what, I think it holds up pretty good because they use practical effects a lot in here. But what else is funny to me about this movie, and I think there's a 4K, I just don't have it yet. What else is funny to me about this movie is when this movie came out, Area 51 was still technically a conspiracy theory. It really didn't exist. They make fun of Jeff Goldblum's dad in here for saying it exists. And so this is a point in time, this is 1996 when this came out. This is a point in time where they were still denying that Area 51 even existed. And I know that's hard to imagine now, but they did. It was 30 years ago, but yes, they did. And now, of course, we know all about it, that we were going to have people march on it and everything else. So conspiracy theories a lot of time are only conspiracy theories until they ain't. And this is one that's funny because, like, to me, forever it's going to be put in here mocking this guy. Now, he's proven right in the movie. He's proven right in real life since then. But it's kind of in that span with hunting Twinkie, Twinkie conversation in Ghostbusters and hunting Twinkies in Zombieland. If Twinkies hadn't came back, people would have been later on like, what the hell are they talking about? But Independence Day, a must. Watched it with my grandmother. Watch it every 4th of July. That speech alone is worth the price of admission. And that just leaves one, and it's the most obvious one. We watched this together. I want to show off my new steelbook of Jaws. I mean, this is a no-brainer, right? This is a no-brainer. I haven't watched this yet. I'll be watching this movie and the documentary this weekend. I've been saving it in her honor, going to watch it. And we watched this. Now, I will also say, kind of a little extra, we watched Jaws 2 as well that weekend. But these are the movies that I think of when I think of her, and I think of 4th of July. And I am going to watch them in her honor and in the honor of our country and the 4th of July, and to have all of those summertime vibes and feels. Of course, this needs no explanation. This is friggin' Jaws, man. No matter whether you like it or not, it's one of the most perfect films made. It's if you are grading it, if you were objectively grading it from a test booklet, it would just ace it. It just would. And you're going to need a bigger boat if you're going to argue with me. Because Jaws is absolutely epic. We watch those. These are 4th of July staples. And everything about them. Love these movies. And they're going to go down every 4th of July. So that's what I got for you for the 4th of July. I'm not going to keep you real long because you got a bunch of movies to start watching right here to celebrate our nation's birthday, Independence Day, in style. Enjoy it with your family. Salute the flag. Say the Pledge of Allegiance because it's still the greatest country on the face of the earth, and there is no doubt about that. I love this country. I love this holiday. And I do love the fact that after the 4th of July, we can start turning the page just a little bit, start to focus. We can see spooky season. It's coming. It's coming down the track like a big machine that's red and black. It is coming, and I just love it all. It's a great time of year. All my favorite times of year are right ahead of me. So this kind of says the big hell yeah to summer in America, and I love it. Get out there and watch some movies and be with your family and have a great time. And that's what I got for you this time. Please like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. If you want to help support what we're doing here, you can join at my YouTube link, but I'd push you to the Patreon. You can do everything over there, and don't have to worry about all kinds of roadblocks to that. But no matter what, you're going to get your name and lights on every single video, behind the scenes looks at my filmmaking, and so much more, and it all goes back into the channel, and I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it. But until next time, be kind, rewind like always. This is Chase with AV Pop Culture, and I'll see you real soon. Bye bye.
I know.